Hi everyone, I'm Julang from Susan's family. Today, I'll show you the ice cream cone bag, caramel chocolate version. This bag is divided into the bottom, the main body, the lid, decorations and overall assembly. Let's first learn about the bottom and the main body. The bottom is a finished product, so there's no need to make it. The main body is crocheted in circles upwards through the chain spaces of the bag bottom. It involves a variety of stitches. All of them are marked on the chart, so I won't list them all here. Please watch as I demonstrate the exact crochet method. For convenience in watching, I'm using cotton yarn for the demonstration. The colors are random. For specific yarn, color schemes, and hook sizes, refer to the detail page of our product and the paper instructions for more details. Start with the first round. Take out the bag bottom. The first round is crocheted through the holes in an acrylic board like this. There's a protective film on both sides of the acrylic board. Remove the film before crocheting. You can use a sewing needle to help. Remove the film from the other side in the same way. For convenience in watching, I'll demonstrate using a sample. Place any side of the acrylic board facing you. Then place the yarn behind any hole of the acrylic board. Leave a little yarn tail. Join the yarn in this hole. Insert. Draw the yarn through. Pull the loop to the height of the edge of the acrylic board to make it level with the edge. Joining the yarn is now complete. Start with one chain stitch as the beginning chain for the single crochet. The beginning chain for the single crochet doesn't count as a stitch. Then work 2 single crochets in this hole. Pay attention to placing the yarn over the hook, and hide it as you crochet. When crocheting, pull the yarn to the height level with the edge of the acrylic board. That's how you complete one hole. Work 2 single crochets in each hole. Continue in this manner to complete this round. After finishing the last hole, you can refer to the pattern to check the stitch count. Make sure you don't have extra or missing stitches. Crochet a slip stitch in the first stitch. The joining slip stitch at the end of the round does not count as a stitch, just pull it tight. This will prevent adding extra stitches later. We won't repeat this in the following steps. The first round is complete. Move on to the second round. For this round, you need to turn your work in crochet. Read the chart from left to right. Slightly enlarge the loop. Turn counterclockwise. On the corresponding stitch on the left side, which is the last stitch of the previous round, work 1 slip stitch. Pay attention, crochet this slip stitch as usual. Don't tighten it. One braid represents one stitch. Continue on the left stitch. Work one slip stitch. If your hands are tight, you can slightly stretch the loop before crocheting. This will make it easier for the following crochet work. For this round, pick up the stitches from the previous round. Correspondingly make slip stitches. Everyone follow this method to complete this round. For the last slip stitch, crochet it into the first stitch of the previous round. You can see from the right side, which is the insertion point of the slip stitch from the previous round. After completion, you can check the number of slip stitches. It should be identical to the number of single crochets from the previous round. At the position of the first slip stitch, pick up the braid formed by the slip stitch, join with a slip stitch and pull tight. The second round is complete. Continue to crochet the third round. For this round, turn your work to crochet. Start with one chain stitch as the beginning chain. Turn counterclockwise. Take a look before crocheting. The fabric has 2 rounds of braids. The front round is the single crochet stitches. The back round is the braid formed by the slip stitches. For this round, you need to pick up the braid from the slip stitches. Crochet single crochets correspondingly. The last stitch is crocheted in the same position as the slip stitch from the previous round. You can check the stitch count. End with a slip stitch. A circle of texture forms on the surface of the fabric like this. It forms like this on the surface of the fabric. A circle of braid-like texture forms on the surface of the fabric like this. It forms like this on the surface of the fabric. A circle of braid-like texture forms on the surface of the fabric like this. We will take this side as the right side. The third round is complete. Next, crochet the fourth round. Make 1 chain for the turning chain. Crochet 5 single crochets moving forward. Crochet 1 SC2 in 1. Pick up this stitch. Crochet 1 single crochet. Pick up the same stitch again. Crochet another single crochet. Complete 1 SC2 in 1. Continue crocheting based on the pattern chart to the end. Pick up the first single crochet stitch of this round. Make one slip stitch and pull tight. After finishing this round, please check the stitch count. The fourth round is now complete. Move on to the fifth round. Make one chain for the turning chain. Crochet 2 single crochets. Here we are at the new stitch technique, FPTR2 tog. First, crochet 1 incomplete FPTR. Yarn over twice. Insert the hook into the stitch post of the first single crochet from the first round. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook. Repeat this step once more. Complete 1 incomplete FPTR. Yarn over twice. Count forward 4 stitches. Insert the hook into the stitch post above this stitch. Crochet another incomplete FPTR. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook. Repeat this step once more. Complete 1 incomplete FPTR. Yarn over and pull through 3 loops on the hook. Finish 1 FPTR2 tog. Skip 1 stitch. Crochet 3 single crochets moving forward. FPTR2 tog. Let's review the FPTR2 tog again. Yarn over twice. Insert your hook into the same stitch post. Work 1 incomplete FPTR. Count forward 4 stitches. Insert your hook into that stitch post. Work 1 more incomplete FPTR. Yarn over and pull the yarn through 3 loops. Complete 1 FPT or 2 tog. Continue based on the pattern chart to the end. Pick up the first single crochet stitch of this round. Work 1 slip stitch and tighten. The 5th round is done. Continue with the 6th round. Work 1 chain as a turning chain. Work 2 single crochets. Pick up the stitch of the decrease point. These 2 strands of yarn. Work 1 single crochet. Based on the chart, pick up each stitch and work single crochets. Pick up the first single crochet stitch of this round. Work 1 slip stitch and tighten. The 6th round is done. Continue with the 7th round. Work 1 chain as a turning chain. Work 6 single crochets moving forward. Work 1 SC2 in 1. Follow the chart to work all the way down. Pick up the first single crochet stitch of this round. Work 1 slip stitch and tighten. Finish this round. Refer to the chart to check the stitch count. The 7th round is completed. Next, work the 8th round. Work 1 chain as a turning chain. Work 1 single crochet. Work 1 FPT or 2 tog. First, pick up the post of the back front post stitch. Work 1 incomplete FPTR. Pick up the post of the front post stitch. Work 1 incomplete FPTR. Yarn over and pull the yarn through 3 loops on your hook. Complete 1 FPT or 2 tog. Skip 1 stitch. Work 3 single crochets. Work 1 FPT or 2 tog. Skip 1 stitch. Crochet 4 single crochets. Follow the pattern chart to crochet until the end. Pick up the first single crochet stitch from this round. Make 1 slip stitch and pull tight. Round 8 is completed. Move on to rounds 9 through 15. Rounds 9 through 15 do not involve any new stitches or techniques. Everyone can directly refer to the chart to complete these rounds. Please pay attention. For round 11, please strictly follow the pattern chart to increase stitches. After completing, check the stitch count. Up to this point, rounds 9 through 15 are completed. Next, crochet rounds 16 and 17. Make 1 chain as the beginning chain. Crochet 2 single crochets. Pick up the post of the last single crochet from round 13. Crochet 1 incomplete FPTR. Count back 5 stitches from the current position in the same row. Pick up the post of the 5th stitch. Crochet 1 incomplete FPTR. Yarn over and pull the yarn through 3 loops. Complete 1 FPT or 2 tog. Crochet according to the chart until the end. Pick up the first single crochet stitch from this round. Make 1 slip stitch and tighten it. Round 16 is completed. There are no new stitches or techniques in round 17. Everyone can directly refer to the pattern chart to complete round 17. Up to this point, rounds 16 and 17 have been covered. Now crochet round 18. Make 1 chain as the standing stitch. Crochet 1 single crochet. Come to the new stitch, FPDC. Yarn over. Pick up the stitch post, where the decrease will occur, yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook once. Repeat this step once. Complete 1 FPDC. Skip 1 stitch, crochet 2 single crochets. Pick up the same decrease point post. Crochet 1 FPDC. Skip 1 stitch, crochet 1 single crochet. Crochet 1 FPDC. Crochet based on the pattern chart until the end. Pick up the first single crochet stitch of this round. Make 1 slip stitch. Round 18 is completed. Next, crochet from round 19 to round 25. Rounds 19 to 25 do not involve any new stitch techniques or methods. Everyone can directly refer to the chart to complete these rounds. Pay attention. Increase stitches in round 19. After completing it, check the number of stitches. Turn your work for round 20. It's the same as round 2. Follow the pattern chart. Crochet to the end of round 25. Pick up the first single crochet stitch from the last round. Make 1 slip stitch. Crochet 1 chain stitch. Leave a 5 cm yarn tail. Break the yarn and pull tight. Weave in the yarn tail. Rounds 19 to 25 are now completed. At the same time, the main part is also finished. Next, we will crochet the cover. Let's first take a look at the table. In the table, our plus number represents the round number. The column for stitches introduction shows the stitch techniques you need to use when crocheting the current round, including any increases or decreases required. The total stitches column. The total stitches column indicates the total stitch count of the current round. The stitch techniques used include X single crochets. The stitch techniques used include X single crochets, V SC 2 in 1, S L slip stitch, K skip stitches, F double crochet and chain. When crocheting in rounds without any special instructions, each round starts with a standing stitch and ends with a slip stitch. Now, please watch as I demonstrate the specific crochet method. Let's start by casting on. The cast on is magic ring. The cast on method here is the adjustable magic ring. Watch me demonstrate. Hold the yarn with your left hand, hold the hook with your right hand, and wrap the yarn counterclockwise for 1 loop. Use your left thumb and middle finger to pinch where the yarn crosses. The loop should be loose and large. Yarn over and pull through. Crochet 1 chain stitch to secure. The cast on is complete. Now let's work on the first round. Our 1 is 7x. What's the number in front of x? That's how many single crochets you will make. This means you need to crochet 7 single crochets into the magic ring. Crochet 1 chain stitch as the standing stitch. This standing stitch isn't marked in the chart. In practice, when crocheting in rounds, you always start each round with a standing stitch. The standing stitch does not count as a stitch. Crochet 7 single crochets. Tighten the magic ring loop. Pick up the first single crochet stitch. Make 1 slip stitch. This slip stitch is not indicated in the table. In practice, when crocheting in rounds, you always end each round with a slip stitch. The first round is complete. Move on to the second round. Our 2 is 7V. This means to crochet 7 SC2 in 1 in a row. Crochet 1 chain stitch as the turning chain. Let me emphasize again. At the beginning of each round, you need to make a turning chain, and at the end of each round, you need to make a slip stitch. I won't repeat this for the following rounds. Pick up every stitch from the previous round. Crochet SC2 in 1. Pull the slip stitch tight. The second round is complete. Continue with the third round. Our 3 is XV times 7. The parentheses here indicate a group. Times a number indicates the number of times to repeat the pattern. Crochet 1 chain stitch as the turning chain. Crochet at SC. Crochet 1 SC2 in 1. XV has been crocheted. Let me demonstrate again. First, crochet 1 single crochet. Then, crochet 1 SC2 in 1. This is the second time. Repeat this pattern 6 times for this round, XV. Join with a slip stitch and pull tight. The third round is complete. You can take a look now. The right side of the fabric has a clear texture. The wrong side has a blurry texture. All the following rounds will be crocheted on the right side, in the chart below, from the 4th round to the 17th round. The crochet method is relatively simple. The stitch techniques used have all been demonstrated in detail before. The meaning of the stitches introduction is similar to before. Everyone just needs to follow the stitch order in the table. Repeat crocheting the corresponding number of times. Let me explain this part here. In the table, our 10 work even for 60x. It shows that for round 10, 1 stitch corresponds to 1 stitch. Crochet 60 single crochets. R1 for R17, work even for 72x. It indicates that starting from round 14, 1 stitch corresponds to 1 single crochet. Every round has 72 stitches. Continue crocheting straight until the end of round 17. For any similar format that appears later, the meaning will be the same as this. Moving forward, based on the methods you've learned earlier, refer to the table, and finish crocheting these rounds by yourself. I won't continue demonstrating. Up to this point, rounds 4 through 17 are completed. Next, crochet round 18. Flow means front loop only, which is to pick up the front half of the stitch. Make 1 chain stitch as the beginning chain. Pick up the front loop only for the yarn that is closer to the right side. Crochet 1 slip stitch. Don't pull too tight. Skip 2 stitches. 7F means crocheting 7 double crochets in the same stitch. Pick up the front loop and crochet 7 double crochets. Skip 2 stitches. The set SL K2 7F K2 is now completed. This forms one flower group. I will demonstrate it again. Pick up the front loop and make 1 slip stitch. Skip 2 stitches. Pick up the front loop and crochet 7 double crochets. Skip 2 stitches. Complete 2 flower groups. Crochet based on the pattern chart to the end. Pick up the first slip stitch of this round. Crochet 1 slip stitch. Round 18 is now completed. Next, start crocheting round 19. BLO means to pick up the back loop only. Make 1 chain for the turning chain. Pick up the back loop and crochet a single crochet. Crochet 1 single crochet. Follow the chart to crochet the required number of single crochets. Crochet the last single crochet. End with 1 chain stitch. Leave a tail of about 30 centimeters for sewing. Round 19 is now completed. That concludes the tutorial for the cover up to this point.